My name's Colitis Country Bob, and I'll tell you why. When I sit on the pot, it almost makes me cry. Diarrhea don't stop, or the pain in my left side. I only get relief from the beer and the wine. You see that white thing there? That's my only pot. I sit on top of it, but the diarrhea don't stop. One big roll every day, sometimes it's 2 or 3. There even was a time when I wiped with a little tree. But Colitis Bob can't survive. Colitis Country Bob can't survive. I don't know what to do, it's going on too long. My daddy told me, boy, you better be strong. I finally found my phone and called up my doc. For him to see me, it was a long walk. I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna feel fine, and Colitis Country Bob can't survive. Colitis Country Bob can't survive. Because you can't hold it in, sometimes you've gotta run. 'Cause if you poop your pants, it ain't no fun. Yeah, we fart all the time, the stinking time. And if you can't handle it, then just don't whine. So my doc came out to see what was up. I said, turn around, doc, and take a quick look. He turned around and he said to me, Colitis Country Bob can't survive. Colitis Country Bob can't survive. He said, no more drinking, that means no wine. Go get your trash can and leave it all behind. I went back inside to clear out my stash, and when I came back, my doc was ripping ass. He said, go over there and tell me what you see. There were 2 hard logs and no blood or pee. He told me about his IBD. He was diagnosed at age 23. He don't drink the vodka, he don't smoke now. He used to do that stuff, no more, wow. Colitis Bob can't survive. Colitis Country Bob, you will survive. Hey everybody, I'm Adam Scheuer from iHaveUC.com, and I think we've got ourselves a new comic character, Colitis Country Bob. And as much as I try to make some of this stuff interesting and funny, this is all pretty serious in that I know just forever people who are struggling with getting out of colitis flares often are struggling also with the decisions on drinking alcohol and beers and wines and shots and drinks and margaritas and everything else like that. I get that. And this week I've been chatting with a family out in the Midwest who ordered the books that I wrote, who's got his son who's in the middle of dealing with a pretty nasty colitis flare and also struggling with putting down the booze. And I know that's super tough, and I just want everyone to understand one thing about me. If you haven't read the books that I've written, you might not know this, but I most definitely used to do a lot of drinking. I was one of those guys. I went to school out in Boulder, Colorado, the University of Colorado Boulder, the Buffaloes. Maybe some of you from the U.S. might know that place. But I was in a fraternity out there for several years, and I was one of those guys who was drinking the 12-pack of beer in the carton and then taking the carton and putting it on your head and lighting it on fire and running around the house, you know, doing that kind of stuff. And drinking everything else too, but I definitely enjoyed those days. That was a lot of fun. It was good times, and I didn't stop drinking. Well, I was drinking before I went to school, and I was drinking after I went to school. But one thing that I'm just absolutely certain of, and is that if I was still drinking like I used to drink, up until my diagnosis even, if I was still drinking alcohol like that, I know I would always be having a much harder time staying out of flares, getting out of flares, and just being healthy. So, you know, here's just an idea. You can obviously do whatever you want. The decision is up to you. But if you have not yet tried scaling down or removing alcohol from your daily or bi-daily, twice a week, 3 times a week program routine, I'd encourage you to give it a whirl. The booze will always be there. If you want to go back to it, yes, it will. And I myself actually have some tests coming up. And I don't think any of you know this, but I'm going to be leaving the United States in less than a month. And heading over to where my wife's from in the Czech Republic. You know, I haven't been back there actually since we got married, which was April 2008. So we're almost coming up on 5 years. But when I was living over there, for anyone that either lives in the Czech Republic or has been over to that part of the world, there's a lot of drinking going on. You know, beer, for example, is cheaper than water in pretty much any restaurant or bar you go to. And you have to buy water. They don't give it to you for free. So I'm going to be doing some smuggling, but it's going to be a little bit of a test for me because I really enjoyed drinking when I was living over there. They've got some of the best beers out there. And every single one of the friends that I hang out with over there, a lot of them are still living there, they're all into the same stuff as well. So it's going to be a test, but I'm looking forward to it. And I've been going for so long without drinking anything that I think it's actually going to be easier than I'm expecting, or than I used to expect. So I'm going to be over there in Czech Republic starting in the end of December. And then my wife and I are going to be traveling around a little bit. She's got some family down in Italy, and I've got a friend that I met years ago from a bike trip in Croatia. I'm going to go visit. If anybody here is from Colitis, Croatia, watching, hit me up. I'm going to be there at the end of January. Going to be in Hungary just before that. Also going to be in Eastern Czech. Somewhere in between. But we'll be coming back the end of February. Not sure exactly where we're going to be living or what we're going to be doing, but I'll keep you all updated. And Country Bob, you're going to survive. All right.